these Vestbane geysers to make it easier to block off against any type of Hellion harassment.
It's interesting to see why he used that Rotron as a wall. It seems kind of risky if you lose that and he keeps going mech, because you're going to need those roaches, but these Hellions are going to poke down, going to go to yellow HP, but we see a counter-attack here. It seems like a Ling run by will be going on just as the Hellions leave the base. Such unlucky timing there for Diestar.
That's right, it is. And will he put up the oh, and the Zerglings get right in, dude. This is not good. Biggs right now taking out a lot of these trying to take out a lot of these SCVs. The Blue Flamers are here in reaction, trying to take out as many of those Zerglings as they can. They will be able to take out the rest, but I'll tell you, let's see what the count is here. Workers killed 7, so those Zerglings were able to kill off 7 of those SCVs from Diestar. There's still one Zergling that was in there that did get poked at by the fusion cutter. You know, that is a very effective weapon, better weapon than the Thor's 250 milliliter tank of Super Soaker enjoyment.
Yep, he definitely wins all those fights. Oh my god, Thor Imber, he always buys the biggest weapon. But yeah, spreading the creep here, very nice by Biggs. And, you know, he has 3 queens at the moment, so it has one squeen. What's a squeen? One queen spreading that creep consistently. But as these Hellions are moving in from both sides, going to deny the 3rd expansion. I think he's going to try and pull the roaches, and yes, he does. Will they get into the main?
They do, right up the ramp, and these Blue Flamers are looking mean. They're going for the drone barbecue as they start to roast a lot of these drones and smoke them up. Let's see how many drones he was able to take out. 12 workers currently as he gets more Hellions into the natural expansion mineral line and takes out more and more of those drones. And holy crap, those Hellions did pay off.
Yeah, definitely. You run by my mineral line with Zerglings, I'll come by with Hellions. Fair play.
That's right.
But Pathogen Clans has finished now from the infestation pit, so very, very early infestors off 2 base. These Hellions are going to check out the Zermaga watchtowers, make sure there's no Zerglings watching his move. Diestar's going to check nothing's weighing at his 3rd expansion, but he's going to move out with 4 tanks, and 14 Marines. The SCV count is 48 compared to 44 now for Biggs, and Biggs is going to see this massive push out. We'll see how he reacts. He is spreading creep more and more, and is moving some of the roaches to his 3rd expansion, and now has 4 infestors out with a 5th on the way.
That's right, and that one Hellion will move forward because, of course, the Hellions are the fastest unit in the game besides the speed Zergling there, and that will enable a little bit of extra scouting before the tanks and Marines go in. And look at this fungal growth going down right on top of those Marines. They explode, and here come the zombies. A lot of zombies coming out here trying to deal with these tanks, and yes, I say zombies just because they are infested Terran, but we all know their actual name. So we do see this expansion could be taken out right now because Biggs is going to need to do some heavy defense here, sending out that other infestor and more units streamlining across the map from Diestar. Diestar also placing down his 3rd base right now as he limits what Biggs can do on his 3rd base.
Ouch, losing some infestors there while running in, but these infested Terrans are really close, managing to snipe out one of those tanks as they are taken down. And maybe that energy could have been better used, but one of those infestors is actually on 100 energy and nothing being made yet. A queen will come out now, but that's going to die relatively quickly now as it charges into Val. But the Marines are just going to keep on shooting that hatchery, and there it goes. It will go down. And wow, fungal with Broodling.
That was a pretty cool fungal growth there, man. I did appreciate seeing that coming down from Biggs. Now it looks like Biggs will go ahead and, you know, send Diestar pack, and Diestar will go back to his base. Oh my god, look at this. He's going to get him out of position. These tanks are done for. These Lings doing a lot of damage, going right up, right into the face of these tanks, being just phenomenal play there, catching him off guard, throwing down some more fungal growth, some more infested Terran, throwing down that DPS, and getting those roaches right up in those front lines there, trying to keep these infestors away from those Marines and those Hellions, and we see those Hellions having to book it the hell out of there. One of the Hellions is on 2 health. That thing barely makes it alive. Give him a medal and send him home, because that was amazing. So great play by Biggs anyway.
Did you know an infested Terran does 2 more DPS than a normal one?
Than a normal
Marine? So if you thought Marines were overpowered, look at infested Marines.
And the fact that you can tunnel with the infestors after you get Burrow right away without having any extra upgrades is pretty awesome too. I love going in with a whole crap ton of infestors and dropping down like 1,000 infested Terran in the person's base. But anyways, let's take a look at what's going on here, because guess what? Hive Tech has finished, and Biggs with his Tier 3 technology is moving forward by getting the Greater Spire, and this scan goes down, but does it reveal the makings of that Greater Spire? Yes, it does reveal that there is a Greater Spire on the way, and I'll tell you, Biggs is aware. I mean, is aware that that scan went down, and should know that Diestar should be coming in very soon to try to, Diestar's got to do something big, and he's got to take down that tier of tech, because he's not there yet.
Yeah, he's not prepared for that kind of firepower from Zerg at this point. But 19 drones did just get made and saturated this third instantaneously. But wow, this massive force once again going to move in at the worst time. Oh, but nice Fungal going to take down those Hellions and bring them all down into the red. Maybe destroy them all.
You say nice Fungal, but I don't really agree with it, because the Fungal's better used on Marines, man. I mean, it was good that he took out those Hellions because of all the Zerglings he has, but the fact of the matter is if you throw down the Fungal on the Marines, it'll basically kill them off. And if he was able to do that on the massive Marines, he'd probably be in a little bit of a more decent position. We do see some Corruptors on their way out, some more Fungal growth going down, and it looks like these Hellions, or these Marines, will continue moving forward. And Diestar's really going balls to the wall today. He hasn't gotten any dropships or gone really air too much at all. He does have a couple of starports out now, and is getting the reactor core on those starports, as well as upgrading his +2 attack for his bio, and his stim pack is on the way now. Combat shield was the first upgrade for the Marines, and it looks like this expansion will be taken out once again, Fire Silver.
Yep, not going to allow that third to come up, and those infestors patiently waiting next to that spine crawler for these Marines to advance out of position and be taken down, because they can't get in range of those tanks. But the Broodlords are out, and the Broodlings are coming down. And Diestar,
look at the friendly fire, the splash damage causing hell for those Marines as these Broodlings continue forward. And not much anti-air here. Looks like we're going to need some Vikings out. 4 Vikings in reaction on the way out. These Broodlords saving the day once again. And look at this expansion going down. Whoa, whoa, whoa! There's another force in the front of the natural expansion area for Biggs, doing some more damage. These Broodlords trying to go in there and do some more as well. Level 1 attack upgrades for the melee. Well, actually, level 2 now just got finished up, as well as level 2 carapace upgrade. The expansion being built once again by Biggs, and Biggs is also going for this expansion in the closest air distance there. And now we see Biggs going onto that GGNaugrim watchtower with all these infestors, all these Zerglings. Could he be going in for a push? I'll tell you, this sensor tower is a great placement. He's able to, Diestar is able to see Biggs as he approaches. I'm not sure. It looks like Biggs just got aware of that, and and he's trying to keep those drones in with that force. So maybe trying to fool what's actually happening here while he moves his forces around. I kind of like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely was. And I'm not sure why Biggs isn't just engaging at this point. He's got a lot of army. He is nearly... Wait, no. Diestar is nearly maxed, and Biggs is actually...
That's right.
Has the tech advantage, but still behind in the food count.
Diestar's got 97 SCVs, so 100 of his units are SCVs. You need units too. You need fighting units too. We have a bunch of Vikings out here, a bunch of Marines, and a bunch of Hellions. Look at this gold standard going down, you guys. Take those shots, because we do have another high yield placement. And I think, Diestar is... I don't think Diestar is ever aware of this of Biggs' expansion right here, man, because of the way that Biggs was able to move his units around while he covered the drones on that Maynard transfer.
Yeah, definitely. And this one Zergling at the GGNaugrim will see this gold going up, and Mutalisk is now on the field relatively late though. And I think it's too late, man. I mean, look how many Vikings Diestar's got. He's got a total of 12 Vikings and a 13th joining the fray now. So almost the same as Mutalisks. And actually, Vikings with any upgrades does beat any upgraded Mutalisk one-on-one.
We see the level 1 shield upgrade finally going down for these Marines. They are sitting on +2 attack, 0 on their armor. Now, Biggs throwing down that expansion will lose it. He's going to need to cancel to save his money there. He doesn't want to lose that investment. It looks like he's going to. It does get lost, and we have some Hellions pushing up into the mineral line here, doing some damage, but getting taken out most of all, and the forces by Diestar start to mount right outside this third base. Once again, look at all the energy on those infestors, dude. There is so much energy, so much potential for fungal growth to go down, and no dropships to provide any health. So these this fungal growth is going to do a lot of damage, and look at that, just as we see the fungal growth taking out a lot of those forces. And Diestar, let's see, unit counting station, 26 Marines, 6 tanks, and 13 Vikings. Now, Diestar does have an amazing economy and a lot of money in the bank, but the fact is Biggs is ahead.
Yeah, definitely, and wow, all of those Vikings were in such good position, and Biggs moving the Brutals in first was a huge mistake, but all those fungal growths are going to kill all of those Vikings.
Oh my god! Wow. We just saw like 14 Vikings get taken out by a series of fungal growths all in the same area, and look at these Mutalisks picking off the rest of those tanks. I think Biggs has this one pretty much in the game. He better get more ahead, because what do you do when you're ahead, Fire Silver?
I win the game.
Oh, well, no.
You get more ahead.
That's right. That's right. Every person in the world knows when you're ahead, get more ahead, and that's exactly what it looks like Biggs is doing. Sitting his units on that high yield, sending his broodlords right over in this chasm here, and trying to keep these mutas in close range as well to try to thwart these Vikings. And these Vikings are going to get surrounded by these Mutalisks. These Mutalisks doing heavy damage now. They are not upgraded +1, but let's take a look. How many Mutalisks are there? There are 24 of those mutas out. These broodlords will get taken out as well. And look at this big engagement here as these Banelings, Infestors, and the Zerglings continue pushing forward. These Mutalisks also adding some more support here for the forces, and it looks like Biggs is going to take out the rest of the forces here from Diestar. A lot of zombies coming out, a lot of infested Terrans. Shoot those zombies in the head. That's the only way to cure a zombie infection of that magnitude. And look at these Zerglings coming out, running right past this expansion as well, going right into the main base, taking out production structures. Diestar is in dire straits right now. His base is being held together with a needle and thread and some duct tape here, Fire Silver. I don't know, man.
I don't know either, Duffs. I think Biggs will be taking this win from this game as he just clear up all of the army and destroying the production facilities now for Diestar. So I think Diestar saying, I hope Blizzard will nerf it next patch. I believe he's talking about Infestors.
I believe he is talking about the Infestors as well. And so there we go. No GG been thrown out there. We are going to be getting into the next game, and yes, I will. And we will be getting into this next game here. It looks like Biggs is going to take the point, bringing him to 2 when we're going into this next game with Diestar only on 1. So this is a best of 5. Diestar needs to win this next matchup to be able to take down, to be able to bring us up to another game. Let me stop tripping on my words. Take a second here, throw on some music while we wait, and I'm going to also have to use the restroom once we get into this. All this liquid that I have been consuming is going right through me. TVZ and Fire Silver. Let's go ahead and get that call restarted. Alright, so it looks like we're back. Hopefully that fixes the issues. Skype has a little bit of problems sometimes, but whatever. But anyways, Skrillex, you guys want some Skrillex? Okay. Just for all the Imbaloney